Hey everyone, if you were with me on Facebook, I am so sorry. I am just so tired of it always screwing up at the last minute. So let me begin again. Facebook lets us go for 2 seconds and then says your stream is over. So we're going to be done with that. So, welcome everyone. I'm Dr. Marcia Martin, the heart healer. And in addition to helping you heal your heart, of all of that past pain and trauma, all of that deep, dark negativity that stands between you and an incredible life. I also am a clairaudient angel communicator, and it is the angelic community that's going to be here with me today to help us understand more about luck. So let's take a look at 4 different areas. First, let's find out what is luck? Where does it come from? How to attract it? And who can help? So, and when I say who, I'm always talking about the energetic realm. For those of you who don't know all that much about me. So, what is luck? Let's look at the dictionary definition of luck so that we understand why we are uh, getting these beliefs that may not support us and what we can do about these beliefs. So, what is luck? Well, it's the force that seems to operate for good or ill in a person's life and in shaping circumstances, events, or opportunities. So now here we are in this place where we are saying to ourselves, oh, wow, luck is this force. Well, if it's a force, you may be under the impression that it is coming at you. It's something that you can't control, that it's something that comes when it wants to or and not when you want it to. And perhaps it comes to you if you're holding something of that is considered to be lucky. So, then we have to ask ourselves, can luck be found in an outside source? Can it be found in a talisman, like a 4-leaf clover or a horseshoe, a lucky item of clothing, or some sort of souvenir? Well, the problem when we start looking outside ourselves for answers, when we begin relying on something that is not part of us, is that even though we may not stop our progress dead in the water, what can happen is that we begin slowing ourselves down. We start looking out in the distance for that thing that may or may not come when we need it to, instead of focusing inside and receiving the help that we know that we need. So, when we rely on that lucky clover, then we are saying, well, I can only be lucky when the clover is in my hand. And you are creating a dependency. But let's look at why that clover became lucky for you. Well, the reason that that it works for you, that it brings you luck, or that it helps you feel good about you is because of you. It's your belief. You are the one that's making the difference. It's your belief system. It's the value that you assign to the object, but it can never be the object that is doing the work for you. You are doing the work and then assigning that value to the object. So, this is where we need to get really clear on what's important and what isn't. When you assign the value to the object, then you are aligning with the energy of luck or synchronicity or whatever it is that you want to call it. But you are never putting yourself, or the object is never doing the actual work for you unless You are believing that the object has some sort of special power, which it cannot have. So if luck doesn't come from an object and you can't increase your luck by bringing a lucky clover into your house, where does luck come from and how can you get more of it? Well, there's only one source, and that source is never going to change and never going to be anything other than what it already is. We are all connected to that source. And we can, with our own free will, increase or decrease how connected we are to that source. The greater your connection, the greater you may consider your luck to be. The more you're going to be available to experience good things or lucky things. Now, where is this source that we all want to align with that is connected to everything and that helps us become more lucky located? It's in the heart. And absolutely every single being, every person, every creature has this same source attached to them and located in the same place. It is in the spiritual or the energetic heart center. And that means that all of us, regardless of age or race or gender or anything else that you want to assign, can align with, connect with the divine and improve the way that you are living your life. In a heart that is filled with pain, that is holding on to the trauma or negativity or limiting beliefs, that heart is filled with a dense kind of energy. It's a darker, heavier, less permeable energy. That heart has very little access to this source of all being because it's already filled with this other energy that is not part of this source. So, the most important thing that you can do is release that darkness. Get rid of that low energy pain and instead open your heart. Give your heart room to experience what it is like to fully connect with the divine and begin receiving guidance and support for your physical life journey. Everybody has the ability to connect, but you may consider yourself unlucky if your heart is filled with pain and heavy and dark, as opposed to when you are filled with joy, you've created the space, you've let go of the pain, then you may see yourself as very lucky. And that's what I want you to be able to experience. Let's experience good luck. However, let's always remember that you, not the object, are the deciding factor. You decide if you're going to clear away the pain, if you're going to create an open space of communication with the divine, or whether you're going to stay closed because of that limiting belief or that past pain. I also want you to remember that you and me, not the divine, decide whether or not you're going to have good, clear communication. This is not an example of the divine blessing and cursing specific individuals. The divine are already complete in all that they are. They are not looking to be anything more or anything less. They have already settled on all that they want to be. and that is unconditional love and acceptance. So this means they are going to pour out blessings upon everyone. But it is up to us with our free will to decide whether or not we receive those blessings. A heart that is filled with pain, a heart that has become dark, is not as easily able to receive the blessings. A heart that is light and filled with joy, that is expecting the best and that is operating out of love, is going to easily be able to align and receive the blessing. The divine are unchanging and they are ceaseless. There is nothing that you can do that will stop them from pouring their blessing out upon you and everyone else. However, your free will does allow you to shut off the flow of blessings. Not completely, because if we were able to do it completely, we would cease to exist. But we can shut it down quite um, immensely. So understand that you are loved. You are seen as perfect. You are absolutely the determining factor in your life. The divine are your support system. Whether you acknowledge them or not, they are going to continue to be there for you. You are the luck creator. So, how are we going to go about attracting more luck? If we just have to depend on luck, or if we want to be in that mindset where we believe that luck is something that can be given to us or taken away, how are we going to be able to attract more of it? Well, the first and most important thing, as I said earlier, is to understand luck is not a force outside of you. It is a way of being that you create from the inside out. This is how we interact with successfully the law of attraction. If you are holding the energy of darkness, of bleakness, of pain and trauma, your magnetic energetic force, which all of us have, is going to be focused on the dark, the dismal, the pain, and the trauma. It will be all that you focus on, all that you talk about, and all that you think about. And it will be busy bringing to you more that is similar. So, the way that you're going to use the law of attraction to your favor, and it is a law, you cannot just decide, well, I really don't want to participate in that law of attraction stuff anymore. So I'm just going to disregard it and I'm going to think anything I want to think and do anything I want to do, and it won't matter. That's not going to happen. So you need to use the law of attraction, understand that it's a continual force, and your desire not to interact with it isn't going to change, that it's continual. And remember that every thought that you generate is magnetic. The longer you hold the thought and the more intensely that you associate with the thought, the more magnetic it becomes, the more likely you're actually going to engage with other thoughts that are similar to that. So, when you are thinking about how well everything is going, you are actively increasing your luck. You are actively allowing yourself to be magnetic toward what is wanted. And the more that you get emotionally wrapped up in how magnificent my life is, and I'm so excited because things are going so well, the minute that you allow yourself to be totally engaged in that, the more that you are expanding your energetic field so that more of you is actually out there wanting to engage with more that is like it. And you are increasing your luck moment by moment. Because we have to remember that creation requires energy. It's easy to imagine. We can all daydream all day long. But if we want to take our manifestation from the imaginary place and bring it right here into the physical, then it means that you're going to have to offer a consistent vibration of joy. You've got to be delighted and excited about what it is that you are wanting to manifest, or you have to offer a consistent vibration of dread. Either one is a an emotion that is going to pull to it other things that are like it. But we want to learn how to increase our luck. So we're going to focus on the joy side. So joy creates a much more uh, magnetic and powerful vibration. So you're busily attracting more and more things to you. And the longer that you hold this joy, the longer that you stay in this place of, wow, isn't this fabulous? The more likely that you are going to be holding the energy necessary in order to allow your creation to actually enter into your physical plane so that you can interact with it in your physical life. Manifestation requires creation, requires a tremendous amount of energy generated over a long enough period of time so that you can take the spiritual, the ethereal, and give it form and substance. So, in this particular case, if that lucky clover or that lucky pair of socks helps you hold the vibration long enough for you to receive it, then great, use that lucky clover. But I am going to ask you not to get so attached to the object that you forget that you are the creator. Allow the object to help you remember, oh, I'm supposed to focus on what I do want. I'm supposed to keep my vibration high. So I will be attracting this desired result instead of letting myself slip down into the darkness. And then I'll attract those things that I don't want. And I'll be confused as to why I attracted them. So begin practicing the idea. I'm really lucky. I'm really excited. This thing that I desire is making its way to me. And I'm really grateful for that. And then begin seeing yourself in the possession of whatever it is that you have desired. Wow, I'm really lucky are the thoughts that are going through your mind. And the visualization that accompanies that is that you start seeing yourself as lucky and as receiving the good that you want. But you do not give up within the first few seconds if it isn't automatically occurring. Instead, you hold the field. You allow it to get bigger and bigger and bigger until it becomes more and more real to you. You've got more and more of your energy invested in this object or circumstance or person that you want to engage with. Get excited and delighted. Because in reality, what you're doing is you are aligning with the blessing that already exists. Remember, we talked about the divine, that they are continuously blessing. There is no cursing that comes forth from the divine. There is the possibility for us to step away from the blessing to say, I don't want to receive this anymore. But there is no cursing that the divine are going to be sending your way. It's just you saying, no, I don't want this beautiful, loving interaction to come flowing into my being. So, what the object may help you do is focus your attention on this stream of blessing and help you to hold the vibration that will allow you to be in the stream of blessing as opposed to placing yourself outside or shutting yourself off from it. Focus is so important. We cannot split our focus. It can't be one day yes and the next day no, and you think you're going to do anything except U turns. It has to be a continual, steady focus forward. You must hold on to the vibrational resonance long enough to receive it. But you cannot engage in the conversation with yourself that says, oh, now I'm suddenly lucky. Please understand that you were always lucky. What you are now doing is allowing yourself to receive. So, if you are going to have a conversation with yourself, I would rather that you say, wow, it's so fantastic that I am now able to receive the blessing. I am so lucky that I have discovered that I am always being blessed and I can open to receive that blessing anytime that I desire. The blessing will always be there. It will never go away and it can never be interrupted, except that if unless by you deciding that you no longer want to participate. You have free will, so you must agree to receive the blessing, even though it's already flowing. The reason that is so important is that if the divine were just dictators or wanted you to be a puppet on a string, then they would take away all of your free will and they would say, okay, I've decided I being the divine, I'm going to hand out blessings. And from this minute forward, everybody just has to live in a state of blessing where there would be no growth. You would not have the opportunity to say, I want to try something else, or I don't understand. I need contrast. I need to figure out and make my way through and grow and strengthen my muscles. So the divine give you free will. You can step away from the blessings. You can step into the darkness. You can make your life miserable. But you can also step right back in and make your life wonderful. And that's why, if you feel that you need a lucky charm or some sort of talisman to help you keep your focus, then I would agree, yes, it's a wonderful idea, as long as you understand it is not the lucky clover, the four-leaf clover, that's bringing you the luck. It is your willingness to open to the blessings that are already flowing. The object doesn't have any power and cannot bring you luck or take it away. You must change the focus of your energy, change your thoughts, let go of the pain, the resentment, and the fear. In other words, you have to clear your heart. And I believe heart healing is the most incredible gift that you will ever offer yourself. You must also be willing to see the possibilities. If you are standing here and you have blinders over your eyes, and then you keep telling yourself, I can't see anything, the first thing you need to do is not say, oh, I guess there's nothing to see, but instead you need to remove the blindfold and look around. Make sure that you're not wearing the blindfold of pain. I also am going to ask you to do whatever it takes to become a good receiver. That may mean that you need to remind yourself throughout the day. You can set alarms on your phone. You can hang notes all around your house, put them all around your computer. You can record affirmations and play them throughout the day. You must in the beginning, remind yourself that this old path of negativity where you see yourself as unlucky is no longer agreeable to you. And now you've decided you're going to go on this new path where you do see yourself as the receiver of blessings. But like any habit, it's going to need to be reinforced. So make sure that you are constantly reminding yourself throughout the day that you are the determiner and it is your thoughts, your feelings, your self talk, your participation that makes the difference. I want you to think of the divine as though they are the sun in our solar system. Now you can tell yourself, gosh, look, the sun is moving through the sky. But we know scientifically that that's not true. Instead, it is the earth where we are living that is revolving, and the sun that is standing still. If the divine are the sun, they are standing still. They are the unchangeable, unshakable, unalterable force in your world. You are the one that must revolve around them, revolve away from the dark and into their light, so that you may receive their stream of blessings. If you're always getting bad luck, it is not because you are cursed. It is because you are not allowing the blessings in, or you have so much trauma and pain in your heart that there is no room for anything else. So do the work to clear away this pain. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. Just let go of what isn't working and say yes to everything that is. And now, with these last few minutes, I want to quickly share with you who the helpers are that are going to be the most support that you can have, the greatest energetic support, so that you can clear away the pain and the trauma. And there are 3 that I want to share with you. And next week in our live, we're going to look at them in more depth, really get to know them, because I find that the more that you understand the energetic realm, the easier it is to participate. But very quickly, today we have St. Patrick, who will help you to understand that you determine your own future. And then we have Jesus, or the energy of the Christ. And that energy shows you the way to the divine. And the third energy that is so extremely helpful is Kuan Yin. She reminds you to have compassion for yourself. So next week at the same time, we are going to dive deep into these 3 beings who are going to help you get into that mental and head and heart space where you can truly receive from the divine. Because luck cannot come to you. You must agree to include luck in your life. You might stumble on some lucky situations every once in a while, but I consider that just dumb luck. When you want to create consistent, reliable results for yourself, you must do 3 things. First, recognize that you, not anything outside of you yourself, is what's going to make a difference. Secondly, clear the heart. And 3, accept guidance, accept the support. This is Dr. Marcia Martin, the Heart Healer, and I thank you all for being here with me today. I'm sending you all my love and joy. Thanks so much.